Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Marc Márquez answered a tricky start to the Misano weekend by topping Friday practice after what he described as a deliberate reset between sessions. Having struggled with a stiff, nervous feeling on the GP25 and FP1, the Ducati rider changed riding style and setup for the afternoon and emerged fastest, a sign that Misano, unlike Catalunya, is suiting his approach this weekend. After two bruising weekends, Francesco Bagnaia arrived at Misano noticeably upbeat, and for good reason. The Ducati factory rider put in a solid fourth in Friday practice after deciding to leave the bike largely unchanged and exploit the circuit's high-grip surface. Bagnaia credited the track's asphalt and a stable rear end for restoring confidence and letting him focus on laps rather than constant setup tinkering. Quartararo cut a cautious figure after day one at Misano, finishing 12th and warning that another Barcelona-style rescue is unlikely. The Yamaha rider, top M1 on Friday but still 0.610s off Marc Márquez, says tire unpredictability and a lack of confidence on the bike make a dramatic turnaround difficult this weekend. Jorge Martin praised teammate Marquez Bagnaia after an impromptu tow in Friday practice at Misano helped the Aprilia pair lock in strong lap times. The assist wasn't prearranged. It happened because their runs coincided, but Martin said it delivered valuable data and confirmed the duo can push the GP25 forward together. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marquez admitted FP1 was difficult. The bike felt super stiff and was shaking on the high-grip surface, producing one quick lap but poor race runs. The short Misano layout and different braking demands exposed handling traits that had to be corrected. In FP1 I was struggling. I was fighting against the bike. The feeling was super stiff with the bike and shaking everywhere. Morning speed masked longer run problems. A common early session trap on a track with heavy braking and quick direction changes. Rather than chase hardware fixes, Marquez performed a reset, an adjustment in riding style combined with targeted setup help from his team. The change paid off in FP2, converting single lap pace into sustainable race rhythm. I did a reset for the afternoon practice, and I started to ride in a different way. The team helped me with the setup. Sometimes small, coordinated tweaks between rider and engineers unlock immediate gains, and that appeared to be the case here. Beyond the timesheets, Marquez showed the best pace on used medium tires, the kind of long-run form that matters most for sprint and GP strategy. That consistency suggests the afternoon changes delivered usable improvements, not just a fast lap. Strong used tire pace is a reliable indicator that a rider has found a workable race window, not just qualifying fireworks. Marc finished the day ahead of several strong local contenders: Marquez Bagnaia, Aprilia, Franco Morbidelli, VR46 Ducati, and his teammate Francesco Bagnaia. He also noted that, compared with Catalunya, several Italian riders looked unusually strong from FP1 onwards. This is a better track for my riding style. It looks like this weekend all the Italian riders are starting in a very good shape from FP1. Misano's layout favors different strengths than Barcelona, and early indications show a tight fight at the top among riders who know the circuit well. With the championship in hand but not yet clinched, Marquez needs only 3 points in Saturday's sprint to secure a mathematical chance at Motegi. His FP1 recovery and race pace showing make that modest target seem well within reach, provided he avoids the mistakes that haunted his earlier push at Catalunya. The focus now is process, consolidate FP2 gains, convert pace into starting position and manage the sprint for the points that edge the title closer. Marc Márquez's Friday at Misano was a textbook example of problem identification and pragmatic correction. Admit the issue, reset riding approach, refine setup and reap the reward. With used tire pace and a clean afternoon on his side, he heads into Saturday confident, even as a clutch of Italian riders promise to make the weekend a lively test of form and nerve. Tired of chasing tweaks that didn't stick, Bagnaia and his engineers took a different approach: minimal intervention. He said they deliberately avoided major setup changes on Friday, preferring to accumulate laps and understand the bike's behavior. "So I just decided not to change anything on the bike today, because every time we are always changing many things, and things are always the same. So we decided to not touch anything, just make laps." The restraint paid off: stability, more usable feedback, and a platform to rebuild race rhythm. Bagnaia singled out the circuit surface as the main factor behind the improved feeling. The 2020 asphalt delivered consistent bite, allowing him to brake harder and enter corners without rear instability. He even joked the asphalt makers should teach a master class. "The grip here is fantastic. Whoever made this asphalt needs to do a master class to all the others." When grip is abundant, small setup compromises matter less, and riders can ride closer to their ideal style. Improved rear support transformed corner entry for Bagnaia. He continued to run the shorter Öhlins front fork, a spec he'd already used in Barcelona, which he feels reduces transfer and aids braking and turn-in. The combination of fork choice and excellent tarmac produced a surprisingly calm and confidence-inspiring chassis. Small hardware choices, matched with favorable track conditions, can multiply their effect on a rider's feel. Bagnaia matched the frontrunner's race pace window, joining Marquez and Alex in the low 1 minute and 31 seconds, despite fewer medium rear long runs. He reported a clean time attack bar 1 wide moment at corner 10, and described the day overall as good. "I'm quite happy, confident with the pace today. The time attack also went quite well apart from the corner 10 when I was wide on the fast lap. But overall, a good day." Converting Friday promise into qualifying position and sustained race pace will be the next test, but the indicators are healthier than in recent rounds. Bagnaia's tone was one of pragmatic rebuilding, less frantic setup changing, more measured laps, and a focus on exploiting known positives: track grip, fork spec. That conservative, consistent approach aims to rebuild confidence session by session. He wants a normal race weekend, and to start Friday already in Q2 contention. Reproducible performance, not one-off recoveries, is the metric that will convince rider and team that a real turnaround is underway. Misano's surface handed Bagnaia a much-needed reset: better grip, a stable rear, and a conservative "don't touch" setup policy produced encouraging practice pace and renewed confidence. The challenge now is to translate Friday's feel into strong qualifying and a clean race. But for the first time in several events, Bagnaia left the garage smiling and believing the path back might be shorter than it felt. Quartararo struggled to find a consistent feel from either the new soft rear or the medium, calling both uncomfortable. The M1's responses were erratic between left and right-hand efforts, leaving him unsure how to attack a qualifying lap. "With the soft we have problems on the right, and with the medium on the left, it's really unpredictable." When tire behavior flips sector to sector, riders lose the basic certainty they need to push in time attacks. The Frenchman reminded reporters his front row surge in Catalunya came under unique circumstances: yellow flags that hindered opponents' second runs, and he doesn't expect the same luck at Misano. "In Barcelona I could capitalize on the situation. Here I don't expect a big comeback." Quartararo's realism underlines that some recoveries are as much circumstance as speed. While race pace with the medium tire is not looking so bad, Quartararo said the core deficit is single lap speed. Without confidence in which tire to trust for a hot lap, the team's time attack options are blurred. Strong long-run numbers matter, but if qualifying suffers, race strategy becomes an uphill battle from the grid. Quartararo noted the weekend's incidents, crashes from Jack Miller and Miguel Oliveira, as evidence of the track's bite and the fine margins riders now face. That context feeds into his cautious outlook and game plan: avoid unnecessary risk while searching for a usable time attack window. "I have not the feeling to push. A tough situation. Prudence now reduces 0 scores later. It's a short-term compromise to protect championship continuity. Amid the immediate issues, Yamaha's longer-term narrative continues. The V4 prototype made a promising first public appearance, Augusto Fernandez, but Quartararo is focused on the present. Shoehorning development headlines into race priorities won't help his weekend. Factory development is a parallel story. For Quartararo, Misano's job is to salvage qualifying and find grip for the race. Quartararo's message was sober and strategic. Misano is unlikely to produce a Barcelona-style turnaround. Confidence and predictable tire behavior are the missing pieces. Until Yamaha solves those, the Frenchman will chase incremental gains rather than headline comebacks. Saturday will show whether the team can turn race pace promise into the single-lap performance Quartararo needs. Martin found himself outside the top 10 with minutes to go and latched onto Bezzecchi for a final time attack. The slipstream/line sharing paid off. Martin climbed to 8th fastest. He made clear the move wasn't choreographed. It was opportunistic and effective. Thanks to my teammate. Today was a superb job what he did. I saw Bezzecchi was one of the strongest. So I said why not? I will go with my teammate. Jorge Martin's statement. Small moments like this, reading a teammate's run and committing to follow, can unlock qualifying gains when timing and tire windows align. Bezzecchi confirmed Martin's version. Similar run plans and tire timing put them together on track, and he stuck to his job while Martin followed. The result was mutual benefit rather than contrived teamwork. It wasn't planned. We had similar run timing. I tried to do my job and he followed. Marco Bezzecchi's statement. Organic cooperation like this keeps inter-team rivalry healthy. Both riders gain and the manufacturer benefits from double feedback. Martin said the toe highlighted differences in how they make time. Bezzecchi gains on corner speed and exits. Martin tends to make time in braking. Riding with Marco helped Martin see where he could improve and which lines to trust. He made the time on corner speed and exit. I made time in braking. I understood some strong points, some weak points. Martin added. The Aprilia duo tested different setups in FP2. Bezzecchi stuck with the alternate spec while Martin reverted. The team is now working on tiny changes, millimeters, to stabilize the bike and unlock further performance. Martin also adjusted seating position to shift weight rearwards for better braking. We tried another setup, now we are changing millimeters. We found a base and can continue developing new pieces. When riders and engineers are refining ergonomics and tiny geometry tweaks, progress is often incremental but durable. Martin had an exhaust problem that hampered his braking in practice but was fixed for the time attack. He believes his race pace is competitive, around 1:31.6, 1:31.7, and the primary weekend goal, improve qualifying and reach Q2, was met. He remained measured about expectations but upbeat about further steps. If I start well then my pace is to go with the front guys. Whatever comes will be good. Fixing small gremlins and continuing to learn from Bezzecchi's lines could make Aprilia stronger across both riders as the season finishes. What began as a chance overlap on the timing sheet became a useful development exercise for Aprilia. Bezzecchi's strong run helped Martin set a crucial lap, and both riders used the session to compare lines, setups and seating. It's the kind of spontaneous collaboration that, lap by lap, tightens the team's package, and gives them a better shot at mixing it with the frontrunners. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!